I'm Sarah Raleigh, and welcome to video number 3 of the 30 videos of creating calm. And today's tip I have for you is something I got from the book Tung Fu by Sam Horn. I really recommend this book for anybody who doesn't feel empowered to communicate in a way that they stay in their truth and the other person gets to stay in their truth as well. That was something that I was very disempowered in, was communicating in that way, and this book really saved my life as far as getting out of overwhelm. It was a huge step in that. So one of the ways that Sam Horn empowers you in the book is she talks about saying no by saying yes. So I've noticed with myself and other women that we as women, we sometimes take on too many favors and we end up running ourselves into the ground. And I believe it's totally in our nature to be in this sense of community and doing for others and nurturing, and we feel compassion for the people we care about and we want to take off their load, which is beautiful, but it needs to be balanced. You need to be able to take care of your basic necessities, and if you're in overwhelm, you're in an emergency state. That's an emergency. It's not something light. You need to focus on getting yourself out. So how do you say no by saying yes? Well, I have an example. One of my earlier stories when I was in overwhelm was I would let this person borrow large sums of money from me at one time, and then I would barely have enough for myself. I would be worried. I would just say yes, give them the money, and then worry about it later and be stressed about my bills and everything, and I had to call the bill company and make things work, and I just was causing myself stress, and I became resentful toward the person and withdrawn from them. And this is somebody that I loved, and I was able to read this book and figure out that this is really something I was doing myself, and I really needed to take responsibility for it. So I would take time after they would ask me, which is very important, and you can always take time after somebody asks you for something. You can just say, I need a little bit of time to think about this. Thank you for asking me. I need a little bit of time. And it's actually a manipulation trick that people learn when, I think it's just an unconscious thing. They're not consciously doing it, but some people learn to pressure people when they're asking a question, either make them feel guilty or feel bad for them, or just make them feel like, this is an emergency and I need to have an answer right now. Because they learn that people will normally say yes if they don't have time to think about it. So just so you know, kind of be on the lookout for that. Don't blame them for it. It's usually something that's learned, and you can actually be helping them by breaking that pattern. Just be like, okay, well, thank you, I need time. So then once you take your time, really decide on how much you can do for them. Can you give them this large sum of money right now? Are you going to be able to pay all your bills and take care of your basic necessities? Maybe you can't give that whole amount, but maybe you can give a smaller amount, and so that's still helping them. I can't give you 120 right now, but I can give you 50. I looked over my books, and I can give you 50, and you can pay me back. That way they still feel like you're contributing and you care about them, and you're still helping, but you're not doing it in a way that disempowers you. Or another thing that Sam Horn talks about in her book Tung Fu is they're really reaching out for a resource. So they're reaching out for you as a resource. So if you find them, let's say you can't give any money, maybe if you know of another family member that they could ask, or know of a bank that they could ask, or if they're wanting you to, babysit this one weekend and you can't do it, maybe find, if if you know somebody who you trust and love, like, hey, I can't do it, but I know this person, they're really reasonably priced. That way you're not taking on a load that you can't take on, and you're still helping them. And you can even brainstorm with them too. Like, let's say they don't like your resource. They're like, oh, actually, I know that person and I don't trust them. You could be like, okay, well, can I offer to brainstorm with you? Can we brainstorm about this right now so we can figure out something that might work for you? That way they feel like they're still cared about, and you feel like you're still helping, but you're not taking on something that you can't take on. So yes, that is my tip for this video, and I hope you liked it. If you did like it, please like my video, or if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Okay, you guys have a wonderful and peaceful day, and much love. Bye.